tons of elven wood around here. Ooh, straw. Okay, so they're finally out of fuel. So, break camp and move on over. Okay, I'm giving this guy that awesome thing so that he can gather better. And deposit all that. Okay, so that's 15 turns worth, and 15 turns worth. Now we got bird meat. So I can make all sorts of this meaty stew stuff. Continuously make those. That seems kind of dangerous. Yeah, I'll come over here. That's a good camping location. Get bones. And a little bit of seaweed. Got some mushrooms in those trees. And it's the divine quest.
An old town, built in solid stone, with a large central building that even in its crumbled and rotting state looks very impressive. Like many such places, you feel the cold draft of the ever-present dark mist lurking in every corner. You see a faint light coming from one of the towers in the central building, and you know this is where you must go.
Gonna investigate that.
Building, and soon realize it must have been a place of great knowledge, as even in the entrance hall there are vast shelves with remnants of books on them. Indeed, as you go in deeper, you find a rusted shield with the words, "The pen is mightier than the sword, and the sword of knowledge defeats any foe."
The penis mightier.
Another step, you are met by a hooded stranger. "Welcome to the Grand University of Cracovia. How may I be of assistance?" he chimes, as if nothing was awry in the world.
Think we met one of your dudes.
Yes, you must be referring to Professor Common from the Human Advances Department. He's been listed as being on a sabbatical in an old tower for almost a century now. Or perhaps you speak of his esteemed colleague, Professor Hufker? He too likes towers, although he has been reprimanded for using illegal magic, you know. You may want to go up and speak to the board if your interest lies in either professor's field.
Place is in
If
ruins.
you have a complaint in regards to our facilities, I will report it to maintenance. So, where can I direct you?
The tower?
The tour.
Tour?
Unfortunately, our student guides seem to have overslept. Thus, I must inform you the tour has been cancelled.
And why'd you ask if we wanted
Man
one?
remains silent.
Okay, what about the board
Must
meeting?
be from another foreign delegation then. I've been told there might be latecomers. The board meeting is on the 3rd floor, in the Thorn Rose room. You look towards the stairway, and you see it is crumbled and full of cracks, but it should be fine to climb.
Okay, let's go.
You go upstairs and find many more empty, eerie rooms, filled with rotten bookshelves and destroyed books, laboratories with smashed equipment, and lecture rooms with decaying tables and the stench of death. But as you enter one such lecture room, you see that at the center, by a large round table, sit 6 people dressed in academic gowns.
Just walk up
One
silently.
of the figures at the table turns to you, and for a second you see only a skull. But then you blink, and an old man's face stares at you. "Have you come seeking knowledge, child, or is it blood you desire?" One, you may find a plenty in these halls. The other, not so much.
We're just being cautious.
Yes, caution is wise, especially now. So, how did you find this place? We were cursed long ago, never to be found by a living soul. And I dare say you look alive.
Our God told us to.
Ah, so they are finally strong enough to try and regain their powers, and so they send you to seek answers.
What do you know of it?
In short, we were the ones who took the power of the Pantheon to ensure our colleagues could burn the cosmic tree without interference. It
You're
was
kidding,
not easy,
right?
nor done without the aid of powerful and evil magic, but it was done. Each god, you see, had their own duty, their domain, and it was both their strength and their weakness. By hitting them all at once, we also didn't give them a chance to aid each other as they normally would.
You said you used dark magic? Of the New Hampshire dark magics?
In principle, all we had to do is distract each deity long enough so that the other department, the human advancement, had time to destroy the cosmic tree. But we realized that without magic of the strongest kind, we would fail. The elder peoples would not help, of course. They were sworn to uphold the pillars of the world. Many human kings and queens were also charged with championing the gods or protecting these sacred places. Thus, finding grand mages willing to do the job was impossible.
So you turned to the New Hampshire
Yes,
dark
or rather
magics.
They turned to us. I guess they have a nose for such things. A mage arrived at our doorstep, offering all the right answers. Even after we figured out he was the famed Dark Lord, banished ages ago in the Great War of the Eye in the Westerlands, we still couldn't say no. It was him or nothing.
So, faced with working with an entity so evil that it almost devoured our world more than once on more than one continent, you thought it would all be fine. And your professor?
Oh, don't get me wrong. We knew we were working with evil, but the pursuit of knowledge, of understanding, the very notion we could defy the gods, it was glorious. I think the Dark Lord didn't even break a sweat convincing us.
Disgusting. You're as
There were
bad as him.
suspicions. Some gods even took notice, but the Dark One was clever and diverted their gaze every time, building a fake army in his old stronghold and sending out omens of his return worldwide. This was step one of our plan. This was how we would trap the supreme gods.
The supreme
Yes,
god?
like Perun and Mokosh in the Easterlands, every land in Thea had their own. They needed to be broken first, else their power would protect the others. Mokosh we could not lure away. She is wise and careful. But Perun, well, let's just say he was keen to go into battle. Very keen.
Morena's a wise goddess. Surely she didn't
Lady
fall
Morena,
for your
our
deception.
patron and guide for centuries. Our betrayal of the goddess stung us deeper more than any other, but we argued to ourselves that she would approve of such a prudent and pragmatic approach. When our patron appeared to us, realizing what we were doing, and as ever asking us for the reason for our deeds, we entered into the debate and presented her with our theoretical considerations. However, the betrayal came from using filthy magic to temporarily trap our guest, just long enough for us to destroy all the grand universities, including ours, at once, striking a great blow to Morena's domain of knowledge.
So, destroying some buildings made our goddess lose her power?
No, we were gravely mistaken and did not know Morena's full nature. She was a patron of knowledge and wisdom, yes, but not dependent on it. Nature and the wheel of fate and destiny are her true dominion. She laughed at us, telling us that our plans will fail miserably and that we were forever foolish to trust in magic instead of the natural progress of mankind. We were so ashamed. We thought that since our plans have failed, she will aid the others, but she just left, saying that fate will now take its course.
So, how do we return her
Go and seek
to
more
power?
answers, my friends. If she wills it, she will show you the way to please her. Such are Morena's ways.
So, where
Before
next?
I tell you, we must ask a favor. We have been cursed to stay here, neither alive nor dead, for eternity, as punishment for our actions. A sentence we accepted with grace and understanding. It is not often you get to destroy the world and nearly kill off gods. However, we wish to be freed now.
How
There is a
could
way
we
to
free
try and
you?
free our souls from these unliving bodies. With the underworld shut, we will still roam Thea, but at least we will be free.
Why do you believe you
Yes,
should get freedom?
Many of us share your enthusiasm for the punishment. We are tormented by our faults, believe me. but to be stuck like this forever. If you kill us, we will only suffer the pain of death, but eventually we will return, marked by another scar. But if you use your connection to the gods to break our curse, perhaps we can be released.
Hold on. The first one, so they're asking for death. And the first one's like, hey, give us the information or die. And the second one is, okay, there's little point in suffering more. Give us the location first, and then we'll think about releasing
The
you.
old man nods, his face twisted in a mixture of fear and sadness. I have imprinted the location you seek in your minds. You will find it whenever you seek it.
Okay, time to I'm gonna try intellect, because it is a 3-sculler for both of them. So let's... Ooh, 7 intellect. It's not looking too great for this, but we'll keep in play. Okay. Let's try counter tactic. Shit. Oh, there goes that turn. Oh boy. Let's just surrender.
You take your time to meditate and find your inner peace. In this place of sorrow
No!
and darkness, you seek a link to your gods by opening up your hearts and souls. But this place has been stained with too much darkness and evil, and your connection to the gods is too weak to aid the scholars. The professors only nod in thanks and return to their table, debating a theory of why you have failed. They do not respond to any hails, and so you are left with no recourse but to leave the place. As you do, you feel the great disappointment of your gods weighing down upon your shoulders. But at least you know where to go and seek more knowledge next.
Let's leave this cursed place. You know what? Can I go back in? Oh no. Wait, where was I? Okay, hang on. I think there was a load autosave thing. How far back is that? Okay, it's not too bad. Whew! Okay.
You come across a hidden stash, and it looks like whatever is inside may still be intact.
Okay. Take
You
the
have
stuff.
your loot safe in hand, but you can hear something approaching fast, perhaps a guardian of the stash. You have time to run, but maybe the creature hides more goodies.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm gonna fight with these guys. Oh, 3-sculler. No, thank you. Okay, now they're out of the firewood. Hang on, before I forget, settings. Turn music volume down a bit more. And I will auto-enter on that. Okay. And now... where's that spot?
As you make your way through the thick of the woods, you come across a small clearing. There are signs of a campsite and faint traces of a bloody struggle. Whatever happened here happened some time ago, and most likely did not end well for the travelers. Upon deeper inspection, you uncover pieces of a human body still scattered nearby. You are about to move on, thinking it's best to leave a place of such a death, lest the attacker comes back or an angry spirit seeks revenge. But one of the trees by the campsite attracts your attention. The tree is hollowed at its roots, and within it is a bundle, perhaps stashed for safekeeping before the tragedy occurred.
What's in the
Inside
bundle?
You discover
Ooh.
some rags and a small stash of basic supplies which are still usable. When you reach further into the tree, you also discover an additional stash of wood.
I got grain. So where do I get grain normally? First of all... Yeah. Now, I'll make it to camp. And gather the stuff. Now...
You find the remains of an old town.
Skip the story.
University and find your way.
How do we store it?
Oh, all right then. Well, before I tell you, we must ask a favor. We have been cursed.
Why would we help you?
Need our help. Because you're merciful. Because you believe we paid enough. I could show you several papers we wrote about this subject. In any case, choose your reason.
Is there any reason?
Yes, many of us share your enthusiasm for the pun. The
Here
old
we
man
go.
nods, his face twisted.
Let's try fighting. We might be able to do this. Let's do that and end the turn. It's not too bad. I think let's get closer. So that'll take care of that. Okay. So that would be 5 off of there. 12, perfect. Oh, counter tactic would have worked. Shit. Holy shit, they do a lot of damage. Whew. I mean, I should be able to take them out. Yeah. Whew. That's spoopy. I didn't realize how much damage they do. 23 right there.
You have defeated the tormented, unliving bodies of the scholars, and you feel their pain as the killing blows rip through their souls. Afterwards, you have a sense of dissatisfaction, or an emptiness within you, as if what you did was neither fully gratifying, nor especially wrong. Just, well, fine. You now know where to go from here, and the killing of the unliving has granted you some small boons.
Those small boons are what I did it for. 6 damage, 6 shielding. 16 armor and 3 shielding. Whew. Time to leave this accursed place. Let's go this way. Got a chesticle thing. Look, even more. Hey, little raccoons, what are you doing in the water, you silly goose? Holy jeepers. Investigate this. Nice. Okay. Amber again. Yep, that's Will. Take the stuff and leave. Yep. What a bountiful location. Let's fight him. Looks good. Confuse you. And we should be good. Whew. Oh. You did do enough. Oh, 21. Goodbye. Okay. Seaweed fruit cake. Let's attack. Begin combat. Yeah. Okay. We're good. Pew! 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 Whoa. 4 and 7. 7 and 1. 3 and 6. A bow! Finally got a bow. Equipment. Now let's see. Does anyone already have any range damage? Nope. You look huntery. You wanna go? Yeah. Bring it. Begin combat. Reshuffle. Well, shield ally. Taking you down, boy. And fight phase 2. I won. Two and 4. Count another master bone. 14 damage. Let's see. Yeah, we still got space. To the divine quest. Ooh, science. Yeah, I'll get the one for the bait. Oh, it doesn't extend any further. Thought it would might unlock stuff. But nope. Okay, I'm gonna break this camp to move. Okay, never mind. Let's go back. Goodbye. Oh boy. So let's just end that turn. To the divine quest. After inventories. Drop off the bones and the wheat. Really? Again? You guys. Okay, I'll stick around for 4 turns.
Thea is not an easy place to grow up in, but alas,
Hey!
grow up we must. One of your children has matured into a young adult and is ready to join your village and rebuild Thea.
We do
Becoming an
indeed
adult is
need
an
more
important
warriors.
rite of passage. The whole village celebrates this joyous occasion. The youngster places a food offering at the altars of their gods.
Oh, wow. What? Oh, warriors can be... What? Why didn't I know that? Okay. Ooh. Come across a single tall tree with a tall crow's nest. I'll try to climb it. Or should... Yeah, I'll just cut it down. Man, that was crap. Should have done the physical challenge. Oh, cool. Oh boy. 3 goblin warriors. Let's reshuffle. Okay. I can take you out. Confuse you as well. Fuck. Wrong fucking way. I mean, I cleared the thing, but Kuba is not in a good way. Probably should have brought some
was once celebrated
berries
during
and
the summer
stuff.
when the sun shone brightest. The tradition continued even when the dark veil shielded the skies. But it was during those dark days that Kupala Night became a beacon of desperate hope and a night for calling upon the gods to return to Thea. The seasons have changed after the darkness ravaged the world, but it is time for the first Kupala Night since the sun's return. The Kupala Night was once celebrated only once per year, when the sun's power was closest to Thea. But during the darkness, the special night was celebrated as soon as the mystical signs were read by the village elders. As to what those signs entail, every wise one seems to have a slightly different story. There are several ways in which the solstice can be celebrated.
Oh, it's the solstice. So,
During
what's
the
the
long
story?
night of darkness, there was no way for the elders to tell when the solstice was coming, and within a few decades, the sacred night of Kupala was all but abandoned. But then, some old mystics read the solar signs, brief moments where the power of sunlight or the force of the moon and stars shone through the dark veil with particular strength. Since then, Kupala Night can be celebrated more than once in a year, but always when a great solar event is anticipated by the mystics.
So, what do
Kupala
they
Night is
entail?
a night of many guises. It is the night that celebrates the rival bond of the sun and the moon. It is the night that sings to the power of life-giving water and the thundering fires, both with their power to cleanse the earth. The night where life and death are revered, and where love and its promise for the future are held up and cherished. It is a night to honor all gods and to cast away the darkness. There are several ways to celebrate the Kupala Night and to prove yourselves. Some may take more time, some may be risky, but doing nothing is not an option.
Let's get the
The night of
celebrations
Kupala has
underway.
many faces and traditions that need to be upheld. Bonfires are lit with sticks and stones and placed on hillsides or other high places around the settlement. Offerings of food and animal stock are made in honor of the many gods. Music, dance, and laughter accompany the night's rituals. But the main event is chosen by the village elders with each solstice. There are several ways to celebrate the night and prove yourselves. Some may take more time, some may be risky, but doing nothing is not an option.
Let's find
This time,
Perun's
choose
flower.
to send out your people in search of the fabled Perun's flower. The blooming fern is said to appear only to those worthy of the thunder god's grace. Many have gone in search of this mythical plant, but few have returned to tell the tale.
Yep, let's go look for it. May not be today, it may take time.
It is Morena's
It can be
followers
found.
that argued in the past for the Kupala Night as nothing more than a natural occurrence, a solstice event where the sun simply moved closer to Thea.